Everybody has secrets, don't they? I mean, things you don't admit to anyone else. That's normal. But some secrets you bury so deep that you don't even admit them to yourself. Trouble is, if you don't dig them out, sooner or later you could get buried, right along with them.
I guess it all started when we went to this new surf spot the other day. Like everyone else, I was looking forward to having some fun. And as usual, Guy and Bridget were having one of their endless discussions about nothing in particular.
Well, might as well use this time productively. Want to practice the scene for our English assessment?
Let me think about it. No.
Oh, well, we have to do it tomorrow.
Sorry, I'm coming down with a 24-hour flu tomorrow.
Mr. Savin will not let you off that easily, young man.
I don't get what the big deal is.
The big deal is that I'm scared of making a goose of myself in front of everyone.
Since when were you scared of anything?
Since I had to start learning ye olde English and talking in rhymes instead of sentences. Feel like a dork or sound like a dork.
All the more reason to practice then. If you really are scared, the best way to deal with it is to confront it.
Think about it, okay?
Okay.
For some reason, Guy talking about being scared got me going. I hadn't felt it in months, but suddenly it sprang up out of nowhere and hit me right in the stomach.
Dusky Point, one of the best reef breaks off the East Coast.
And we've got it all to ourselves.
Now, do I deliver or do I deliver?
You want to take our insults back, Gaston? This is fabulous.
Come on, let's do it. These waves are perfect for working on your takeoffs.
Just watch that the break doesn't suck you over those rocks. And I don't want to freak anybody, but obviously the area isn't netted, so you might see the odd shark over here. Oh, great. Do we get extra points for that? Yeah, 1 if you spot a shark and 3 if you get away from it.
Come on, we didn't come all this way to blab about nature. Let's get out there and do it.
Of all the things Beck could have said, why did she have to say that? Did she somehow know what was churning through my brain? Had she seen something in my eyes?
You right, Adam?
Yeah, just, sussing out the current. The truth was, though, I wasn't all right. My guts were heaving and my legs were like jelly.
Come on, mate, you're not going to learn anything standing there looking at it. Get amongst it.
It was unbelievable. I'd set out from home feeling ready to take on the world, and suddenly I was so freaked out I could barely paddle.
Yeah. Hold this, will you? Okay.
The scariest thing about fear is that it has a life of its own. Like a genie in a bottle, once you let it out, it takes over completely.
Got ya!
What are you doing?
Adam, hey!
That was really dumb, okay?
It was a joke.
Yeah, well, it wasn't funny.
I'm sorry. His game today.
Yeah, he's paddling good and fast, but once he's up, he's just not flowing at all.
The waves were there to be nailed, but I was so choked up with fear I was letting them nail me. The day was a wreck, and I was too.
Okay, guys, hit the showers.
Then you should all get some homework done before dinner.
Can't we just have dinner and forget the homework?
Don't you have some Shakespeare to learn?
Yes, you do.
No, but I don't even want...
Excuses. Time to face the demons, Lord Macbeth.
Thanks, Lauren. I won't forget this.
What are friends for?
Hey.
Oh, hey.
I'm sorry for grabbing your leg today. I didn't mean to freak you out.
Oh, no, you didn't freak me out. I was just surprised, that's all. Sorry I snapped at you.
So we're both sorry. I guess that makes us square?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Okay, so I was a wimp. But how could I tell her the truth? I couldn't even admit it to myself, let alone anyone else.
And you know what the stupidest thing about my fear was? There was no real reason for it. It's not like I'd been mauled by a shark as a 3-year-old. I didn't have nightmares about sharks. I wasn't even scared when I first saw them in the movies. It was a fear based on absolutely nothing. It was crazy.
Okay, let's say this carrot is your board and this lettuce is your wave. Now, on your takeoffs today, you were looking straight down the face like that. Now, when the waves are steep like that, you can get a bit anxious at the peak and it's easy to catch an outside rail.
Right.
Do you reckon that's what was holding you back the Savo?
Could have been. Yeah, it was.
Well, you can't afford to let that happen in a competition. If something's getting in the way, you need to deal with it.
Uh-huh.
You know, one season, I lost my focus. I was surfing really well and then I started coming bottom of every comp.
What happened?
Fear. Plain and simple.
You're afraid?
Well, there was this girl. I really liked her, and then I was too afraid to ask her out.
You're kidding.
No way. Every time I spoke to her, I just froze up, you know?
And that affected your surfing?
Big time. I was all over the place. I couldn't concentrate.
So what did you do?
Well, this other guy on the circuit started dating her, and I hated him for that.
Yeah.
So I set out to beat him in the comps. That's what refocused me.
But you never faced your fear.
Correct. But in the end, she asked me out. Turns out she liked me all along. So all that stress, all that worry was for nothing. Almost always is.
Yeah. I decided to take Gary's words on board. Maybe it was just a matter of relaxing. If I didn't think about it, then it might just go away. For a moment, it actually seemed to work.
Adam! Are you okay?
I'm fine.
So what just happened?
Nothing.
You practically picked your board up and sprinted across the water. Did you see something out there?
No,
Adam, why don't you just
there's
tell
nothing
me?
to talk about.
Adam,
Just drop it, okay?
mind if I sit down?
It's up to you.
It's all right, Adam. I know what's going on.
There's nothing going on. Don't be silly.
You're scared of sharks.
You must think I'm pretty lame, hey?
No, not at all. You're scared of sharks. It's not a big deal.
It's a very big deal. I mean, I'm so freaked out by it that I don't even want to get back in the water.
Well, how long's this been going on?
Year, 2 years. I don't know. I've always managed to talk myself out of it, though. But lately, it's just
Something must have happened to set it off. Did you hear a story about a shark attack?
none in particular.
Have you seen any sharks while you've been out there?
Only in my imagination.
Yeah, well, they're the worst kind. Look, plenty of people are scared of sharks, especially where I come from. I'm surfing down in the Bight. I mean, that's great white territory.
I don't know how you even get in the water down there. I mean, aren't you terrified?
Honestly, I don't think about it.
I mean, how can I be a competitive surfer when every time I get in the water, I'm panicking about some shark chomping my leg off?
You find a way to beat it.
Like what? Start surfing in a swimming pool?
No. But that gives me an idea. You see, the best way to deal with sharks is to get up nice and close to them.
What? Who on earth told you that?
Well, no one, but it's perfectly logical, isn't it?
Logic means nothing. If logic had anything to do with it, I wouldn't be afraid in the first place.
No, that's not true. Sometimes it's logical to be afraid.
Do we really have to do this?
Well, why not? And what have you got to lose?
Like my legs? See that sign over there? It says dangerous Australian animals, which suggests that there is a lot to lose.
Look, why don't you just man up about it and picture the sharks swimming around in their knickers? See, at least you can laugh about it. Come on. What do you think? Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on, it's perfectly safe. Oh, wow. That is awesome. Come closer, have a look. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Hey, look at it, Adam. It's not going to hurt you. Just big fish, really. Quite graceful.
Oh man, I gotta get out of here.
Adam! I'm so sorry. I really thought it would help.
No, it's not your fault. I couldn't breathe in there. I kept thinking the tunnel was gonna collapse and half a dozen sharks are gonna come flooding in on top of me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Look, maybe you need to talk to Beck and Gary about it. Tell them what's going on.
Are you kidding? A surfer who's afraid of sharks. They kicked me out in 5 minutes.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh, please promise me you won't tell them, or anyone.
Well, of course, but I still think you need to tell them.
I trusted Cassie completely. But I also knew that if she'd discovered my secret, then it wouldn't be long before everyone else knew too. I wondered what fears they had, and even more, how they dealt with them.
So, Act 2 of Macbeth, what themes do you think Shakespeare was exploring?
Ambition.
Love? Fear and death?
Evil. Murder.
Good. So, who's ready to present their prepared scenes? Come on. I might be inspired to give an extra mark to the first volunteers.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
We have to do it eventually. Let's just get it over with.
Can I take my dagger with me?
Just so long as you don't hurt anyone. Excellent! Some brave souls prepared to tackle their stage fright. I love it. We'll give them a hand.
What man dare I dare? Take any shape at that, my firm nerves shall never tremble or be alive again.
Maybe Guy had the right idea. He fessed up about his fear, and now he's dealing with it. Cassie might be right. Maybe I do need to talk to someone.
I'm really glad you told us.
Yeah, now we can do something about it to help you, if that's what you want.
Yeah, I want it more than anything.
Good. Then we should start straight away.
Oh, we've got a training session this afternoon. Do you think it'd be okay to get back in the water then?
Depends. Are we going back to Dusky Point?
Not today.
It's not the only place you could see a shark, Adam.
Yeah, I know, but at least Blue Water Beach is netted. What?
Not all the time. There's only a few nets and they move them around the area.
You're kidding.
Hey, think of the upside. You've been surfing there for months and haven't seen a shark yet.
And you have more chance of winning the lotto than you have being eaten by a shark.
Do I get a choice?
You know, there's pilots who have a fear of flying, but they get control and they move on.
You can do that too.
Well, you have to do that. Otherwise...
Otherwise, my year is over. I just wish Beck hadn't told us that they shift the nets.
It's okay, we're all out there with you. Nothing is going to happen.
Alrighty, put your boards down, take a seat.
Why do I get the feeling we're not going in the water today?
We will soon enough. First, I just want to work on a little mental preparation.
Today we're going to try a visualization technique that some elite athletes use to enhance their performance.
It might feel a bit weird at first, but just give it a go, okay? Because it could work for you.
I'm willing to try anything that'll help me to win.
Great, right. Let's get in a comfy position. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Now imagine yourself paddling out into the surf.
It's a beautiful day. There's a nice offshore breeze blowing. You're feeling really good.
You've made the final for a big comp. A monster set comes through. You paddle hard for the next big wave. And you're up. You focus on nothing but the ride. You score a 10 from the judges. You paddle out for the next big wave.
You're feeling tired now, but you know you've got one last wave to ride. This is the one.
Imagine yourself surfing at your very best. If you can imagine it, you can do it.
You're missing some great sets out there.
Yeah, you can go out.
Not until you come with me. Adam,
I didn't do too well in training today, did I?
let's not get hung up on that. We need to focus on the next step.
What next step?
You're going to learn a bit about the thing it is you're scared of. Here.
Already went to the aquarium. Not a good move.
Okay, so we start again. But this time we take things slowly. So looking at pictures, learning the facts about sharks.
Well, facts I can handle. It's just the actual sharks that spook me.
Oh, yeah, look at this guy.
Doesn't feel good?
No, not great.
Okay, what about this one? That's a little less threatening.
Yeah, ever so slightly.
Okay, so now trace around the outline with your finger.
Why?
I know it sounds weird, but give it a go.
So, start like this.
So far, so good.
Great. Well, I'll leave you to do some research. That half an hour is ideal. Am I seeing things, or are you actually reading one of those shark books?
No, you were right. There's some amazing stuff in here. You know, some sharks actually have parts that glow in the dark.
Wow, another week and you'll be quite the expert.
Once I got used to looking at the pictures, it was pretty easy.
Good, because now we're taking it one step further.
You're not serious, are you?
Yes?
There's no way I could do something that extreme.
Yes, you can. You have to.
So I don't have a choice.
I've made the booking for tomorrow. You can back out if you want to, but if you do, well, I don't know where we go from there, Adam.
You right there, Lauren?
Yeah, just taking the rubbish out.
I can do it for you if you like.
No, it's okay. Just gotta remind myself there's nothing to be scared of just because it's dark out there. That low howling noise is just the wind, and that dark shadow is just a wetsuit, not an axe murderer.
You have a vivid imagination.
Yeah, which my teachers always told me was a good thing, but sometimes, like dark nights, it gets a little out of control. But I'm not gonna let a little fear get in my way.
A week ago, I would have laughed at the idea of Lauren being afraid of the dark.
But now, I was only filled with a sense of admiration for the gutsy way she just faced up to it. I also realised that if she could face her fears like that, then I had no choice.
Most of the sharks you'll see when you're surfing around here aren't dangerous. There's wobbegongs, grey nurses.
Yeah, that's the one we saw at the aquarium.
Yeah, the way their teeth are found underneath like this means that it's very hard for them to bite a person.
Yeah, but not impossible.
Come on, how's your attitude, mate?
Yeah, okay.
So what do you think, Adam? You ready to give it a go?
It's absolutely safe, I can guarantee it.
Is there any other way?
Well, what if I come with you?
You do that?
Oh, yeah. Is that okay?
I think it's a great idea.
Okay. Okay, if you're game, then so am I.
When we get down there, just stand nice and still and let the sharks come to you.
They come up to you?
Well, they're very curious by nature, so it won't take long before they come and look at us.
And you're sure they won't be curious as to how I taste and just have a little nibble on my leg or something?
Adam, the grey nurse shark only eats other fish, remember?
I'm trying, but they have a brain like the size of a tennis ball. How do they know I'm not a fish?
I take people down every day. I haven't lost anyone yet.
That's reassuring.
So we right to go? Just nod and say yes.
Yes.
Cool.
I knew that in order to beat my fear, I'd have to confront it, but I never imagined that I'd confront it as up close and personal as this.
Hey, I wouldn't miss that for the world. Thank you so much, Hope.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. You did really well, Adam.
Diving into that shark tank was definitely the scariest thing I'd ever done, but not nearly as scary as I'd imagined. Gary was right. It was much worse in my head than in reality.
If you make it to the circuit, you will have to serve your share of reefs.
You want to get as close as you can because that's where the fastest waves are.
But you do not want to get too close. I have the leg injury to prove it.
What we're aiming for today is to be the deepest in on the wave.
So, remember, pull in fast, give it all you got.
The reef break was a challenge, but this was my chance to get back in the game and prove myself to Beck and Gary. Even more important, to prove myself to myself. For the first time in weeks, there were no distractions. It was just me and the wave. Nothing else mattered. I was back in my element and loving every moment.
I probably won't ever lose my fear of sharks completely, but what I did lose was the fear of the fear. The idea that once my secret was out, it would somehow lead to my entire world collapsing. But once I did get it out in the open, the opposite happened. Suddenly this huge weight was lifted off my back.
I had one person to thank for that. Cassie was there for me when I really needed her. Now it was my turn to pay her back. Turns out she had a secret fear as well.
Cassie, would you like to come in now?
You know, my tooth is actually feeling much better, and if it starts to ache, I'll just call you. That's fine.
Cass, you'll be fine.
I hate you.
From now on, I've decided no more secrets. At least not for myself, anyway.
There's too